Hey guys, welcome back. So today we have a super exciting video, something that I have yet to do another one of since I think it's been nearly 4 years since I've done one of these videos. Today we are going to be doing a workouts of the week. So not only are we going to go over my lower body workout routine, which I did a couple months back on my second channel, but we are going to be going over all of the body parts. I'm going to take you guys through all of my workouts. So this workout video specifically is going to include everything: lower body, quads, hamstrings, shoulders, chest, back, tris, core, everything. So with that being said, today's video is partnered with an amazing brand, which is Copilot. Thank you guys so much for working with me for today's video. So if you guys have never heard of Copilot, I am here to share with you guys what Copilot is. So Copilot, it can be accessed through your phone, but it is not just an app. It's basically like a personal trainer that you could just keep in your pocket. But I know when you think of like a fitness app, you just think of an app that has no personalization at all. They kind of just throw whatever workouts out there to give to you without ever actually getting to know you as a person, without you ever being able to speak to an actual human being, an actual trainer that is experienced in the field. You just are kind of given, you know, thrown out workouts and just hope for the best that it works for you. But Copilot is different. No matter what level of fitness that you are on, this is the thing I love about this app. Whether you are just getting started and you know absolutely nothing, or you've been in the field for years. You know, I myself have been in the fitness realm consistently for I'd say the last 4 years or so. With that being said, I do have more experience, but I am very aware that there's always something new I can be learning, and I have still benefited so much from this app myself. So I have used the app for weeks before sharing it with you guys, because I wanted to make sure my genuine feedback and share with you guys what my experience has been. So before using Copilot, I did not have a workout split whatsoever. I would just kind of go into the gym, either figure out what I'm gonna do once I'm there, like maybe have a general idea before I walk in, but not really have a specific workout routine laid out. None of that. You know, before going into the gym, day before, I would just say, oh, it's been a couple days since I did that body part, maybe it's time to work it again. And that mindset, you know, it's not really going to allow you to make much progression because you don't really have a structured plan for yourself. And I'm not saying it has to be super strict and not enjoyable, but it feels really good to be able to walk into the gym, already have your personalized workout laid out for you, and everything is there. All the equipment that you're going to need is already listed, and even if you don't have access to equipment, workouts can be completely catered to you and what you're comfortable with and what's accessible for you. I put in, you know, my information, goals I had for myself, kind of where I was in my fitness journey, and they connected me with a coach that they thought was best for me. My coach's name is Allison. We have been speaking for the last couple of weeks. She was the one that has created all of my workouts, all of my customized workouts for me. Like, as you guys can see on the app, we have Monday is Aslia's leg day, quad, calves, shoulders, and core. Tuesday is back and buys. There's just certain body parts that I've yet to work in years, simply because I didn't feel like I was educated enough to, you know, do these exercises. I had just yet to try. That's really all it takes, is just trying. So for example, when it came to chest and tris, I haven't done a chest workout in a very long time until I, you know, worked with Copilot. And it just, honestly, for me, I feel like it's definitely built up my confidence when it comes to going into the gym. Now I know, okay, you know, it's time to do chest and tris. I have everything laid out for me. Copilot is going to have all of the exercises laid out. You're going to be able to see what's next before you actually move on to that exercise. They have a demonstration for every single movement. I mean, it just makes you feel much more comfortable. It's like just a little, you just feel like you're in a little safe bubble where you can just go into the gym with more confidence. So as you can see, we can send videos back and forth to communicate. We send texts. She's constantly checking in on me to see how my workouts went, if there's anything I need to change. Not only can your coach prescribe workouts for you, but if you have any other goals that you would like to go over, such as drinking more water or eating more vegetables, which are my other goals that I had communicated about, she has them set up in the app. So once I have completed that goal for the day, I can simply click on it. I can swipe up and the goal has been complete. Over 75% of Copilot clients continue working out after 100 days, which means that Copilot clients are 9 times more successful at sticking to their goals. I highly suggest you guys checking out Copilot. I will have a link in my description. With my link, you guys will be able to get 14 days free with your very own expert fitness and health coach. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into my workouts of the week. All right, guys, so we're starting off this week with our quads, calves, shoulders, and core workout. So we're starting off this workout with some dynamic stretches, which are so important. I always recommend dynamic stretching over static stretching before a workout. This way we can activate those muscle groups that we are about to work without losing that elasticity before we even work those muscles. My issue before was that I really only knew about 4 different dynamic stretches I could really be doing, and those only ever included my lower body. So I really appreciate Copilot for just giving me more flexibility in that realm and really just getting me properly prepared for my workouts. All right, so we are starting off this lower body workout with some front squats. Front squats are a newer movement for me. I'm normally more of a back squats type of gal. I've always heard that front squats are extremely humbling, and I can most definitely agree with that statement, to say the least. So front squats are different because they're gonna target more of your quads and your upper back, opposed to more of your glutes and hamstrings like a regular barbell squat will. Once again, this is a newer movement for me, so I'm sure my form is not perfect. I am working on it. When I was doing this exercise, I think my main things were just keeping my chest up, keeping my elbows up, and just getting that good squat depth while also not butt winking at the bottom. With this exercise, I just really focused on form and taking my time, and that should always be one of the top priorities during any exercise. So I started off with just squatting the barbell, and then I slowly started adding weight to where the squats were challenging, but it wasn't to the point where I had to break my form just to put, some weight on the barbell. It's never that important, and that's, not the best thing to do. So yeah, this is the front squats. Definitely recommend if you're looking for a challenge and just working your leg muscles a little differently than you normally would. All right, so the next exercise that this workout consists of is leg extension. So leg extension is normally something I'll do towards the end of my workout to kind of just burn out my quads. So doing them so early into our workout, I was feeling the effects of that for the rest of it. I feel like the leg extension is a less complex movement, I guess you could say, just because it is a machine. It's not a unilateral movement. It's pretty straightforward. My coach had me go in with 4 sets of these at 70 pounds. Of course, that weight is going to be different for everybody, but that's exactly what I did. For this exercise today, I kind of did lower weight and higher reps because I did 15 reps each round, which is a higher amount of reps than I would normally do. I'd normally do about 10, so this was a little different for me, which is good. All right, so this next exercise is the beginning of our circuit, which is what's really going to target all of those muscle groups that today's workout is focused on. So there's 6 different movements, which I know can sound overwhelming, but whenever you actually see it on the app, all laid out for you, demonstrations for all, countdowns, all of your rests and everything laid out without you having to think about it, it takes that stress away. So forward lunges are known to work mostly your quads, calves, and your hamstrings, which is everything we're trying to work with this workout. So we are starting off this circuit with 10 forward lunges for each leg. So right after our forward lunges, we're gonna get a break, and then we're gonna go straight into the Arnold press. So the Arnold press is good for building your shoulders along with other muscle groups in your arms. Once again, I'm continuously learning and there's always something I can be improving. For the Arnold press, I just tried to make sure that my elbows didn't droop too much. And the Arnold press is supposed to be one movement. As you can see, as I bring my arms up, they do kind of just slowly transition to the lower part of my body and just kind of make their way back up. It's really hard to explain, but you can kind of see with that movement. So straight out of the dumbbell Arnold press, the next movement that I'm going into is some dumbbell calf raises. I'm pretty sure you guys know which muscle this is targeting. You know, we're working our calves. Calves are really, I've never really worked my calves specifically until now. I did these on a slightly elevated surface so I can kind of get more range of motion and a little more depth with my calf raises, which made this movement more challenging, which is good. So right after calf raises, we're going into our fourth exercise of this circuit, which is a dumbbell plank weight. So these right here are also a newer movement for me, and when I tell you these burn so good, you feel these in your core so much, and they're more intense for me than just a regular plank. Both are great, but these, I was feeling these to say the least. So right after our planks, we're going into dumbbell upright rows. These I felt in my shoulders for sure. Another thing I love about Copilot is if I'm doing an exercise that I could be doing a little bit better, I will get a vocal correction recorded in my coach's voice. That's going to allow me to make those minor changes with that movement, which I think is so cool. So the final exercise of our circuit is a dumbbell plie squat to calf raise. These were a good finisher. You're gonna feel these very heavily in both your quads and your calves. I actually love this exercise. I will be continuing to do them, but you will most definitely feel the burn with these as well. Pretty simple movement. You know, I have the dumbbell placed underneath my chin. I think I definitely could have had my legs a little bit wider, my toes facing a little more outwards. I can make sure to do that next time. Just another good reason to film your exercises, but I was definitely still feeling the burn with these. After we're done with the plie squat to calf raise, we are basically just going to be going through with the same exact circuit once again. I did go through this circuit 3 times, so I did each exercise 3 times. So we have the dumbbell forward lunge, we have the dumbbell Arnold press, the dumbbell calf raise, plank weight, upright row, plie squat, and calf raise. I'm gonna go ahead and just, stop the voiceover for this portion specifically, and we're just gonna go ahead and go through 2 more rounds of this workout. All right, guys, so moving along into Tuesday's workout, we have back and buys. So once again, we are starting off this workout with the dynamic stretches that I was given via my coach on the app. So these definitely, got my body warmed up. I feel like doing dynamic stretching for upper body has always been a struggle for me because I just didn't really know what to do when it came to upper body and warming up my upper body, because I'm not about to really, go on the Stairmaster to warm up my upper body. So this was perfect to just, get my muscles warmed up before going into our official exercises for today's workout. All right, guys, so this first exercise that we're going to be doing are dumbbell shrugs. So these are, I think they're most known for building your traps. These are beneficial for your upper body as a whole. I'm pretty sure they're also good for your upper back, but these are a pretty simple movement. They're exactly what they say they are, honestly. I'm just shrugging my shoulders with dumbbells in hand to add some resistance. For my workout plan, it told me to go in with 2 sets of these for 30 seconds at 20 pounds. Of course, that completely will change depending on you and your goals. All right, so as far as our next exercise, I would say these are one of my favorite exercises for back. These are called a seated cable row. So as you can see, I'm keeping my back flat, my chest up, and I'm taking my time. I'm not allowing my body to, I'm moving with the machine, but I'm not, being dragged back to it. If that is happening, that means you're using a little too much weight than you should probably be using. I don't know if you guys also saw when I first got on the machine and I got, ready to start moving, I roll my shoulders back, because you really want to make sure you're not rounded with this exercise. You want to keep your chest up and your shoulders back. All right, guys, so for our next exercise, we're going in with the machine pull-up. Pull-ups are not one of my strengths, so this machine allows me to build those muscles and work towards that movement. And I mean, these are a great exercise in itself. As you guys can see, I have a wider grip on the bars, which is going to work more of my back. Your grip will completely determine what muscles this exercise is going to work more. For example, if you're going for more of a chin-up, that is going to work your biceps. All right, guys, so for our next exercise, we're going in with reverse flies. So this exercise can be performed either standing up while bent over or, sitting bent over on a bench, as I'm doing here. This exercise is known to be beneficial for both your upper back muscles and your shoulder muscles. Once again, this is a new movement for me. Looking back at my form in these clips, I could have had a slight bend in my elbows, but at least I'm trying. If I were to go into the gym and just expect to do everything perfect first time around, I would never make any progress. So this is actually a superset, and this is supersetted with Supermans. These are another exercise that are good for your back, and that can be done, obviously with no equipment, which is good. So we're gonna alternate between these 2 exercises for 3 rounds. I found that there's a couple exercises throughout this week looking at these clips where my limbs were just a little more extended than they probably needed to be. And honestly, I'm going to blame gymnastics for this, because everything was, fully extended, legs, completely. Yeah, I'm just going to blame that, because I still to this day do things a little bit differently because of that. Not a bad thing at all, but I think that's the reason why. But yeah, we go in with the reverse flies once again, Supermans once again, and then we are on to our next exercise. All right, so this next exercise is fully focused on the biceps. So there's another name for this whole set of curls, which is called the 7-7-7, where you basically do 7 dumbbell curls at the top half, 7 halfway, and then 7 full. It's a very easy way to get a fast bicep pump and also like completely tire out your biceps. It's insane. So the way my workout was laid out, as you can see, I have little breaks in between, which is good. We start with 30 seconds with the top half dumbbell curl, take a break, and then we do 30 seconds of the half dumbbell curl, take a break, and then we do 30 seconds with the full dumbbell curls. So it's seriously the same thing, it's just timed a little bit differently. Another thing that I love about my workout plan is that there's always some sort of stretching / cool down at the end of my workouts. I'm just doing the recommended stretches that were given to me. We did things, like stretching out my forearms, overhead to floor stretch, which is what I'm doing here, and just different stretches to stretch out my shoulders and my lats as well. All right, guys, so for Wednesday's workout, we are doing chest and tries. So honestly, chest is a muscle group that I have completely neglected over the last couple of years. I just haven't really known what to do. I didn't give it much attention, but it is really important to be working all of our muscle groups. It just, it makes sense. So we're starting off with the dynamic stretches once again. And warm up that I was recommended, which is getting my body ready to start our actual workout. So for this first exercise, we're going in with a compound movement, which is going to be our barbell bench press. Bench press is another exercise I haven't really done since I was maybe 16 until recently. So they're a very fresh movement for me, and I'm going to be working on building my strength with this exercise once again. So I started off with just the bar to warm up, and then I started adding weight slowly to what felt best for me. My coach had my workout laid out to where I did 3 sets of barbell bench press for 40 seconds. So, she's not really giving you a specific amount you need to be doing. It's just giving you a certain amount of time and pacing yourself and doing as many as you can do with proper form in that amount of time. All right, guys, so for our next exercise, we're going in with some tricep pull downs. These are super good for your triceps. I was most definitely feeling the burn with these. I love this exercise, honestly. I did 4 rounds of this exercise, 12 reps for each round. All right, guys, so for these next two exercises, they're going to be part of a superset. Both are going to be focusing on my triceps. We're about to burn out our triceps. We're starting off this superset with the dumbbell tricep extensions. This is another exercise that are super beneficial for your triceps. After the tricep extension, we have a slight break in between exercises and we go straight into an incline push-up. What makes this exercise an incline is the fact that I'm doing it on a bench opposed to on the floor, so my body is elevated. These push-ups are gonna work the same way as the pull-ups, as far as it just really depending on the placement of your hands, what part of your arms this exercise is gonna work. Of course, with the pull-ups, you know, it works your back or your arms. Either way, with these push-ups, my hands are at a closer placement. They're closer to my body, so I fully felt these in my triceps. These were entirely burning out my triceps. After our incline push-ups, we're gonna go right back into the dumbbell tricep extension. Once again, or I didn't state before, but I did 10 reps of this exercise. And then we go straight into the incline push-up once again, and we're going to continue this for 3 rounds total. So for the beginning of our next superset, we are starting with the dumbbell chest fly. Once again, these are a newer movement for me, so my form is not perfect. I could have definitely relaxed my elbows a little bit more, but you know, once again, that's something I can fix next time. You can even kind of see me checking both sides to see if I'm doing it properly. See, I even tried to create a little more of a bend. I think I was doing this movement a little too fast at one point or something like that. But my coach on my app, it had kind of just given me a voiceover telling me to slow down. Basically, I'd gotten that for a couple of my exercises, which was just a really nice and gentle reminder to make sure I'm pacing myself and not rushing through these movements too quickly. So this next exercise is a dumbbell overhead row to crunch. So I'm actually not doing these completely correct. It's supposed to kind of be 2 separate movements. So you do the row and then you go into a crunch. I corrected it towards my last round, but I only filmed, I think, 1 round of this exercise because I was just trying my best to not have my camera in the way of other people that were trying to work out. So I corrected that later on, but either way, I definitely felt these for sure. So for this last superset, we are going in with something that's called the dumbbell standing IYT. This exercise gets its name from the 3 different positions I am raising my arms into. So as you can see, I'm starting with both the dumbbells in front of my body, which is going to create that I, and so on and so forth. We gradually bring my arms entirely to the side of my body. So the final and last exercise for this workout, well, not quite, but for the actual chest and tris workout is the dumbbell floor squeeze press. So as you can see, I'm just holding 2 dumbbells directly in front of my chest and I am raising them up in front of me. These are definitely more of a chest exercise. Alright guys, so for Thursday, we are going to be working on our posterior chain, which is basically like the back side of your body, specifically focused on more of the glutes, the hamstrings, and your lower back. So we are starting off this workout once again with our dynamic stretching / warm-up. So here I am just going through some of the movements that were recommended for me to get my workout started and those muscles ready to work. Alright guys, so we are starting off our posterior chain workout with some hip thrusters. These are one of the most beneficial exercises ever for your glutes. I started off this exercise with a weight that was comfortable for me. I honestly haven't done hip thrusts in a minute, but I was super excited to be back in the gym doing these today. With this exercise, you want to make sure you're getting a full range of motion. So as you can see, I am squeezing my glutes at the top of this exercise and I'm fully extended. If you are not able to bring that weight all the way up into an extended position where you could squeeze your glutes, it is time to bring that weight down a little bit. I ended up having to do that. And you know, it's never good to ego lift. If you are not feeling comfortable with that weight and you are not getting a full range of motion, it is much more beneficial to just bring that weight down and be able to fully, you know, do the exercise with a weight that works better for you. Yeah, this was the round where I was struggling with that weight, and this is a weight I could normally do, but since it's been a while, I'm gonna have to work my way back up, which just makes sense. I think my coach had even reminded me during this set to fully extend at the top, and that's when I just knew, all right girl, let's bring that weight down a little bit so we can get a full range of motion. And that is exactly what I did. No shame in that whatsoever. We brought the weight down a little bit. Alright guys, so for this next exercise, we are going in with the dreaded Bulgarian split squats. These are really good for targeting both your quads and your glutes. It just depends on the positioning that you do this movement in. The way that this kind of superset was designed on the app for me was to do one leg of Bulgarian split squats, go into my B stance deadlift, and then the other side of Bulgarians, and then the other side of B stance. But that kind of went completely over my head, so I just ended up doing both sets together and then both stance of B stance deadlifts together. I wouldn't have minded either way, it just didn't really occur to me until afterwards. But yeah, either way would work, but I'm just saying that I did do them a little bit differently. After Bulgarian split squats, we are going in with the B stance deadlift. So these deadlifts are really good for both your glutes and your hamstring. You're kind of using that back leg as some stability and almost like a little kickstand for the front leg. Since you're technically working one leg at a time, you really feel the burn with these for each singular leg. A little bit more even, I would say. As you can see, I'm keeping my chest kind of up, like I'm not rounding in the movement, and I'm also keeping my back flat and my head as neutral as possible. So after that superset, we have another superset, which is going to include the machine hamstring curl. So that is what I am getting ready for here. This is pretty self-explanatory what it works. It is really good for your hamstrings. It's literally like the opposite version of the leg extension. It's like the same exact movement, just the opposite way. I thought the angle was really funny, so that's why I'm giggling. I didn't even realize the camera was very slowly falling off of the machine I had set my tripod up on. So after that exercise, we go in with these dumbbell lunges to a donkey kick. These most definitely tested my balance. And then for my workout that was laid out for me, it only had one round of both of these together, but I feel like there was supposed to be 3. There could have been a little mix up. Once again, you are working with a real human being, and humans make mistakes. So, but I'm not saying she made a mistake. This could be correct, but I feel like I was supposed to do 3, maybe, but I wasn't complaining because I was already dying at this point and kind of just ready for the workout to be over. So these last 4 exercises are a part of a circuit. These are a core finisher. I have no idea why the fuck I just opened my mouth like that. So we are starting these off with some dumbbell burpees, and I am doing 10 reps with 10 pounds. I'm pretty sure these were timed by a certain amount of time, if I'm not mistaken. Some of the workouts, if you're connected with an Apple Watch, they'll just kind of, you start the exercise, and then it can tell when you're done. It senses when you're done just from you stopping, which is really cool. What, boys? But yeah, these were absolutely insane. Definitely felt these. So moving into the next exercise of this core finisher, we have the dumbbell toe touch crunch. These are more of like a toe touch sit up. I ended up correcting that later on, I'm pretty sure, where you kind of keep the movement up top. A crunch is a more concentrated movement where you really feel it in your core. But either way, these were definitely working my core. I felt these regardless. All right, so for this next exercise, this is called a seated dumbbell lumberjack. I definitely felt these in my core. Yo, at this point, I was just ready for the workout to be over. Your girl was wiped out. My body was just done for, and then I didn't eat like a full-on breakfast in the morning, so it was just starting to become a lot, which isn't a bad thing, but I could just tell my body was starting to be like, all right, girl, that's enough for today. So the last exercise, the 4th one of this core finisher, is the dumbbell floor overhead row. I ended up doing, I think, a round and a half. I only had to do 2, but I just did not feel myself properly to complete the entirety of this workout. I had like a protein bar, so I was just feeling really worn out, and I had a conversation with my coach afterwards, actually, just explaining that and how I felt it kind of got a little dragged out for me. So she ended up cutting that portion of the workout out, but if I ever wanted to add that back on, I could always do that. It's always an option. These trainers are literally working to create custom workout plans for you. So I did my best and I cut it a little bit short, and that is okay. Any workout is better than no workout. I am doing regenerative stretching and mobility today, which I never do, but this would benefit me so much after a long day of destroying your body. It's good to, stretch. It's like an active rest day, basically. 30 seconds, so it's starting, or I click start, and then I'll go for 30 seconds. Alright guys, so this officially concludes our entire video. Workouts of the week has been complete. This was so exciting. This video was actually really long for a workout video, but I guess it makes sense since we did go through the entire week of workouts and I was doing a voiceover in the process. Once again, thank you so much to Copilot for working with me for today's video. They genuinely gave me so much more structure and confidence in the gym. Also, if you guys are interested in Copilot, please feel free to click the link in my description to get 14 days free with your very own fitness and health coach. And I will continue to be using Copilot here on out. I really hope you guys love this video. I hope you picked up a thing or two. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you all a lot, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.